I took the job because I needed the money. It wasn't glamorous, and it definitely wasn't legal, but the offer was too good to pass up. Keep an eye on a guy named Arav. Report on his habits, routines, who he meets, what he does, no questions asked. I didn't know why someone wanted him followed. I didn't care. I had rent due, student loans, and a life that felt like it was constantly running on empty. The first time I saw him, he didn't look like a criminal. He looked normal, kind, even. He held the elevator for an old woman, picked up a stray cat and fed it tuna, smiled at strangers. Still, I did my job, took notes, recorded details, sent in daily reports. Then one day, he caught me. I was across the street at a cafe, watching him through the window. He walked over, sat at my table, and said, "If you're going to watch me, you could at least join me for coffee." I panicked. Lead, said I was just curious. He didn't buy it, but he didn't walk away either. Instead, he smiled, said, "Okay, let's be curious together." That day turned into a conversation. That conversation turned into a walk, then dinner, then more. He never asked why I was there. I never told him. I should have. But every time I tried, his kindness made me choke on my guilt. Because the truth was, I wasn't watching a suspect. I was watching a man who was everything I thought didn't exist. Gentle, humble, and genuine. And I was falling for him. Weeks passed. My reports became vague. I stopped sharing everything. I started protecting him instead of spying. Then came the day my employer sent me a final warning. "We know you're compromised. End it or we will." That night, I confessed everything. Every word, every lie, every reason. He listened in silence, then said, "I knew from the first day you followed me." I blinked, stunned. He continued, "But I kept you close because something about you felt honest, even when you were pretending." He forgave me slowly, and I left that job, walked away from that life. Because in spying on him, I found the one person I never wanted to lie to again. Sometimes love finds you in the most broken places, even when you were never supposed to be there in the first place. I thought it was over after I told him everything about the job, the lies, the daily reports. I expected him to walk away and never look back, but he didn't. He sat there, quiet for a moment, then said, "Thank you for finally telling me." His voice was calm, but there was a storm behind his eyes. I could feel his trust shattering, but something held him there. The next few days were awkward, distant. We didn't talk much. I gave him space, while trying to figure out who I was, without the shadows I used to live in. Then he showed up at my new job. I had taken a cleaning gig at a small community center, trying to live honestly. He walked in, holding a bouquet of flowers and a gift box. "You once watched me from afar. Now, I want to see who you really are up close." I laughed. I cried. I couldn't believe he still saw something worth staying for. We started over, slowly, no lies, no assignments. We went on quiet walks, had coffee without secrets, learned how to be real with each other. One night, under the stars on the community center rooftop, he said, "You were sent to spy on me, but maybe fate sent you to save me." I looked at him, this man I was never supposed to love, never supposed to know, and realized I didn't just fall for him. I changed for him. Thanks for watching. Please like and hit the subscribe button.